Why didn't we cry? Why didn't we call deterrence a lie? Why didn't we walk with the people who tried to save us from dying? 2 minutes to midnight, 2 minutes to Armageddon, 2 minutes before we die, 2 minutes to say goodbye. This isn't the way they said it would be. They promised the bomb was only keeping us free. Now they're underground, so they don't have to see the eyes of our children. 1 minute to midnight, 1 minute to Armageddon, 1 minute before we die, 1 minute to say. That's what it would be like. That's what it would be like if we were to use Trident, or if in our stupidity among the other 8 nations that currently have nuclear weapons, we were to lose control of it, have an accident, miscalculate, read the computers wrong, all those things going wrong. That's what it was like. Actually, they didn't even have 4 minutes. They looked up in the sky in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, saw a plane going over, and then it was Armageddon for them, where hundreds of thousands died. So the message for today is by pledging to scrap Trident, and it's the job of all of us here to tell our MPs and our parliamentarians not to replace Trident, but to scrap Trident. We're also saying we need to ban all nuclear weapons. 157 governments met, and hundreds of civil society representatives, the Red Cross, the UN, all met in Vienna to learn and talk about the humanitarian consequence of nuclear weapons. And Vienna concluded by recognizing the appalling humanitarian catastrophe if used, and the huge risks and dangers of possession, deployment, and also computer errors and human error and miscalculation. So why does anyone still cling to the notion that nuclear weapons are useful for defense or deterrence? They are the most stupid weapons in the world. You can't use them without committing suicide and crimes against humanity on a catastrophic scale. They're horribly expensive at a time when our real security means more investment in education, eradicating poverty, tackling environmental and climate destruction, human-induced destruction by ending fossil fuel dependence and polluting technologies like nuclear. And of course, our wonderful NHS. I landed in hospital just before Christmas, and the NHS was so utterly brilliant. I wouldn't be here if we didn't have such a wonderful NHS. That's real security. So to end, what do we need to do? 1, stop wasting our hard-earned money and replacing Trident. Stop wasting the billions that are being spent now, let alone the 100 billion, if they actually go ahead on the new submarines. Trident should be scrapped, not replaced. And we, Britain, should be joining most of the UN nations in multilateral negotiations to ban and eliminate nuclear weapons, to prohibit the use, deployment, production, stockpiling, transporting of nuclear weapons, and require, under international law, that they be totally eliminated. And our first step is that we, Britain, should be signing the Austrian pledge that came out of the Vienna conference. Thank you all for coming. You're amazing. And we need to keep going to the election and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.